The most iconic aspect of many sport franchises is the facility that they play in. Fenway Park or Wrigley Field are the definitions of those franchises, and the same goes for the Packers. The more history that occurs inside a venue, the more lauded it becomes and the more beloved it is. This is no different with the Green Bay Packers, as historic Lambeau Field is revered as one of the most iconic and best facilities in all of professional sports. From its ancient age to the site of the immortal Ice Bowl, Lambeau Field has seen significant history on its way to becoming a symbol just as iconic as the Green Bay Packers themselves. Opening in 1957 as City Stadium, but soon to be renamed for the team's founder Curly Lambeau upon his death in 1965. Lambeau Field was originally built for only 32,000 fans, but has seen regular expansions, with the latest coming in 2012, boosting the capacity to 80,750 fans, which makes it the third largest stadium in the NFL. Lambeau Field is also known as one of the few stadiums left that does not sell corporate naming rights. Although naming rights are sold to certain portions of the field, such as the end zone being named the Miller Lite End Zone, the team refuses to sell the rights to the field's name itself. This is a great source of pride for the Packers and their fans, as they feel it preserves the character of the legendary stadium and its franchise. Many times throughout history, Lambeau Field has needed expansions and renovations. These times are normally the source of the stock selling that has become famous in Green Bay. One large project was the building of the atrium and the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame inside. This has made Lambeau Field a destination for more than just football games, and it's open nearly year-round for fans to come and visit the Hall of Fame. Galas, parties, and even weddings are now held in this area, and tours are done nearly every day and are always well attended. These additions have made Lambeau Field even more beloved, as it allows Packers fans to spend more time in and around the stadium. On New Year's Eve, 1967, arguably the two most popular and accomplished teams in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys, would face off in the NFL Championship game in a contest that is now immortalized as the Ice Bowl. 50,861 fans packed into the historic Lambeau Field, and 30 million would tune in at home to watch a game now considered one of the greatest games in NFL history. At game time, the temperature was measured at negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit and a wind chill that would dip as low as negative 48 degrees. The game was closely contested throughout, as the weather took its toll on the fans, coaches, and players. But finally, the game would come down to one final drive. With 4:50 left on the clock, facing a 17-14 deficit, the Green Bay Packers would take the ball and put together a drive that is now set in history. On third down from the 1-yard line, the Green Bay Packers quarterback ran a quarterback sneak to score as time expired, while the right guard, Jerry Kramer, threw his hands up to signal touchdown, which is now one of the league's most iconic images. The Packers vanquished the Cowboys in a now classic game, and would then go on to win its second Super Bowl. The field was supposed to be heated by an underground heating system that had been put in just weeks prior to the game. It, however, hadn't been turned on, leading to the frigid conditions that would give Lambeau Field the frozen tundra moniker. Many even speculated that Lombardi himself had purposely kept the field cold, knowing that his Packers would play better in these conditions than the Cowboys, who were not used to playing in freezing cold weather. The Green Bay Packers wouldn't lose a playoff game in Lambeau Field until 2003, which is the longest streak of its kind. Whether or not it was fact, it all added to the aura of the game and to the facility itself. This would solidify Lambeau Field as a historic venue, giving it the nickname of the Frozen Tundra, and would establish it as one of the biggest home field advantages in all of sports.